If the relationship could continue to be as good as it was when we first met, that it would have to be a good band.
Stevie Nicks, the legendary queen of rock and the voice behind Fleetwood Mac's biggest hits, has lived a life filled with highs and lows, both personally and professionally. Now, at 76 years old, she has made a heartfelt confession that has taken many by surprise. After years of keeping her private life away from the spotlight, Stevie has finally opened up about the one man who she says was the true love of her life. Join us in this video to know the whole story about Stevie Nicks. But wait, let us know in the comments below what your favorite Stevie Nicks song is and why it holds a special place in your heart. And before we dive into the details of this unforgettable romance and its twists and turns, let's briefly explore her past relationships and how they shaped her journey in love and her illustrious career. First love, Lindsey Buckingham. When they first started working together, they created a well-known and turbulent relationship that was marked by their well-known harmonies in both vocal performances and interpersonal confrontations. They worked together at a school event during their senior year of high school, showcasing their harmonized vocals that portended future success. Following graduation, they had a brief breakup before getting back together when Buckingham invited Nicks to play in his psychedelic rock band, Fritz. Their professional partnership began with this, which launched them into the rock music industry, suddenly thrown into the colorful rock world of the 1960s. Touring with such legendary acts as Janis Joplin and Jefferson Airplane was a big and difficult introduction for the people involved. After the band Fritz broke up in the early 1970s, Nicks and Buckingham's relationship grew stronger and went beyond a simple romantic relationship to include a musical collaboration marked by the sincere expression of their feelings and commitment in their songs. When the two released their first album together, Buckingham-Nicks, in 1973, it didn't do very well commercially, but it did lay a strong basis for their later work and caught Mick Fleetwood's attention, which led to a game-changing chance. Joining Fleetwood Mac in 1975 was a major turning point in the couple's relationship since it brought fresh vitality to the group but also put a lot of strain on their personal relationship. Stresses emerged during the recording of the avant-garde album, Rumors. Their relationship started to deteriorate due to the difficulties of their quick rise to prominence and the intensity of their artistic endeavors. In 1976, while working on Rumors, Nicks and Buckingham's collaboration hit a turning point. Still, the sadness surrounding their breakup provided the impetus for some of the most iconic rock songs ever written. Buckingham's answer was the rawer and more powerful Go Your Own Way, while Nicks wrote the more melancholic Dreams, which is connected with lost love. The album Rumors became a huge hit because of Nicks and Buckingham's openness about their personal troubles, which resonated with audiences all around the world. Though their emotional connection ended, Nicks and Buckingham's artistic partnership continued, although with some challenges. The dynamic between them became a prominent feature of Fleetwood Mac, injecting an energetic spark into their live shows and bringing a heightened complexity to their songwriting that enthralled their audience. Nonetheless, Nicks continued to pursue the quest of finding true love, but the next experience she had was unexpected. J.D. Souther, a relationship so brief after the dramatic ending of her affair with Buckingham, Stevie Nicks went on a new phase of fame and artistic discovery. This transformative period of her life began when she crossed paths with J.D. Souther, a wandering yet influential character in her romantic storyline. The lives of Stevie Nicks and J.D. Souther first crossed in the vibrant music community of Los Angeles in the early 1970s. Souther, who was already known in the country rock genre, had worked on numerous chart-topping songs for the Eagles and was starting to receive acclaim for his musical talents. After recently ending her relationship with Lindsey Buckingham and benefiting from the success of Fleetwood Mac, Nicks discovered in Souther a kindred spirit who comprehended the pressures and joys of living in the spotlight. Their mutual admiration was quick and deep, both celebrated for their poetic lyrics and emotionally intense shows. Their bond seemed to surpass mere physical attraction, reaching a more profound connection within their creative souls. The relationship between Stevie Nicks and J.D. Souther, although brief, was characterized by a shared love for music and a deep admiration for each other's skills. The music industry, which initially connected them, also posed considerable challenges for their relationship. During the 1970s, the music scene was known for its male-centric nature, where women were usually assigned supporting roles or recognized mainly for their connections to male artists. Nix faced difficulties in establishing herself as a solo artist within this industry while simultaneously managing her romantic involvement with Souther, as she witnessed the special treatment and reverence given to male artists such as Souther, which appeared to be less readily available to their female counterparts. Nix, who was swiftly becoming one of the most impactful women in rock music, was keenly conscious of this disparity. Throughout the progression of their relationship, Nix persisted in questioning these norms, utilizing her growing authority to advocate for not only herself, but also for other women in the field. Strangely, the association with Souther seemed to strengthen her resolve to gain recognition for her talent rather than her romantic affiliations. Even though their relationship was short-lived, its influence on Nix's growth as an artist was significant. Following their split, Nix utilized her personal trials as inspiration for her musical compositions, emphasizing themes of self-reliance, perseverance, and the pursuit of acknowledgement in her songwriting. After ending her brief affair with Souther, Nix found herself immersed in what can be regarded as the most intricate romantic involvement of her personal past. Her connection with Mick Fleetwood was crucial and elaborate, significantly intertwined with the tumultuous and artistically vibrant environment of Fleetwood Mac. This connection had enduring consequences on the direction of the band and the wider realm of rock music. The beginning of their romantic involvement can be linked back to the turbulent atmosphere within Fleetwood Mac during the late 1970s, a period characterized by the band's remarkable achievement with their innovative album, Rumors. Despite the emergence of underlying interpersonal conflicts, Nix had recently concluded her lengthy association with Lindsey Buckingham, whereas Fleetwood's union with Jenny Boyd was encountering challenges. The close emotional connection and innovative collaboration between Nix and Fleetwood resulted in a merging of their work and personal spheres, creating a passionate and intricate relationship. Their affair happened within the context of busy tour schedules, extensive time in the recording studio, and continuous attention from the media, influencing the artistic output of Fleetwood Mac as their emotional ups and downs were reflected in their music, giving it an authentic and revealing character that struck a chord with listeners. The relationship also presented difficulties for the band's dynamics, as other Fleetwood Mac members had to handle the emotional fallout of the affair while trying to uphold professionalism during personal turmoil. This situation was particularly tough for Buckingham, who had to observe his ex-girlfriend entering into a romantic relationship with one of his fellow band members. Similar to many relationships that begin in turbulent situations, the romantic involvement between Nix and Fleetwood was brief, yet it did not mark the conclusion of their association. In order to effectively work together within the framework of Fleetwood Mac, the individuals involved had to establish a means of cohabitation and partnership, transforming their interpersonal dynamic into a bond defined by lasting camaraderie and artistic collaboration. While this process of change was marked by challenges, it highlighted their commitment to professionalism and their collective devotion to the band. Nevertheless, Nix remained steadfast in her pursuit of romantic love, resolute in her desire to encounter a partner who would offer unwavering affection despite her demanding career and busy schedule. Coming out of the tumultuous emotional environment of her relationship with Fleetwood, Nix found herself captivated by another notable individual in the music industry. In 1977, amidst the triumph of Fleetwood Mac's impactful album Rumors, Stevie Nicks was basking in a period of significant accomplishments. Don Henley, the drummer and co-lead singer of the Eagles, was likewise enjoying the height of his professional career during this period. When these two influential music personalities crossed paths, a powerful and instant bond was formed. Both Nix and Henley were known for their mesmerizing stage performances and their capacity to communicate profound feelings through their songwriting. Their partnership was characterized by a strong bond founded on a mutual passion for music and a thorough understanding of the complexities that come with stardom. However, the intense connection that united them proved to be the catalyst for the breakdown of their association. The requirements of their individual musical groups, coupled with the challenges of maintaining a public relationship, heavily affected their bond. The lifestyle of frequent travel, the appeal of celebrity status, and their assertive characteristics formed a volatile mix, the unexpected pregnancy. Throughout this fast-moving romantic relationship, Nix found herself unexpectedly facing a life-changing situation when she learned that she was pregnant. This discovery led to a flurry of emotions and difficult decisions. Both Nix and Henley were in important stages of their careers. With busy tour schedules and commitments to their respective albums, the idea of starting a family, while briefly attractive, seemed to conflict with the paths they were both following. After extensive consideration and undoubtedly difficult contemplation, Nix made the challenging choice to terminate the pregnancy. This decision, although deeply personal, would have significant consequences for both herself and Henley. It marked a pivotal moment in their relationship, one that would shape their interactions in the years ahead. The aftermath of Nix's decision resulted in the gradual breakdown of their romantic partnership. The weight of what could have been, combined with the fast-paced nature of their careers, proved to be too much for their budding love to endure. However, even as their romantic involvement came to an end, the impact of their time together would continue to resonate in their music. With that said, who did Nix become romantically involved with following her relationship with Henley? Let's find out. Jimmy Iovine, affair with her producer. In the early 1980s, Stevie Nicks and Jimmy Iovine developed a unique professional and personal bond that greatly influenced Nicks' musical career and the music industry at large. This collaboration between Nicks, an accomplished rock artist, and Iovine, a promising music producer, was particularly evident on Nicks' first solo album, Belladonna. The initial interaction between Nicks and Iovine was characterized by a noticeable chemistry, as Iovine's perceptive comprehension and enhancement of Nix's unique sound strongly aligned with her artistic vision and aspirations. Their intensive teamwork in the recording studio resulted in the transformation of their professional relationship into a more intimate connection, especially during the creation of Belladonna, which played a significant role in the development of their budding romantic involvement. The extensive time spent collaborating in the studio, their mutual passion for producing exceptional music, and the personal aspect of their creative process all played a role in the overall connection between them. Nicks discovered in Iovine not just a skilled producer, but also a like-minded individual who understood her artistic goals and adeptly brought them to life. As their bond grew stronger, the intricacy of their professional partnership became more pronounced. Levine's influence on Nicks' musical work became more evident over time, playing a significant part in shaping the unique sound that would come to define her solo artistic trajectory. Standout songs such as Edge of 17 and Stop Dragging My Heart Around exemplified the blending of their respective skills, with Iovine's skillful production techniques harmoniously enhancing Nix's talent for songwriting and vocals. Despite their successful collaboration in the creative field, the strength of Nicks and Iovine's relationship posed obstacles in their personal lives. Both individuals, known for their strong personalities and dedication to their work, faced challenges as the lines between their personal and professional lives became blurred, leading to tensions both inside and outside the studio. Moreover, the requirements of their individual professions, Nicks balancing obligations to Fleetwood Mac while also pursuing her solo career, and Iovine quickly establishing himself as a sought-after producer in the music industry, contributed to the challenges of maintaining a romantic relationship and professional partnership in the competitive world of rock music. Nonetheless, the significant influence of their connection on Nicks' solo music career should not be underestimated. Levine's expertise in production was instrumental in solidifying Nix's individual identity as a musician, separate from her role in Fleetwood Mac. The critical and commercial success of albums such as Belladonna and The Wild Heart, which were both overseen by Iovine, further cemented Nix's reputation as an esteemed figure in the rock genre. Following the dissolution of their romantic partnership, Nicks and Iovine successfully managed to maintain a strong professional relationship based on mutual respect and a shared passion for music. allowing them to collaborate effectively despite changes in their personal dynamics. Following the end of their romantic relationship, the lasting impact of Nix and Iovine on each other's personal and professional lives remained evident. Iovine went on to establish himself as a prominent figure in the music industry by co-founding Interscope Records and playing a crucial role in the development of Beats Electronics. In contrast, Nix continued to strengthen her reputation as a significant and influential figure in the rock music genre. Reflecting on this period in her life, Nix acknowledged making what she considered as one of the most significant errors of her life, which she later came to regret. Stevie Nicks' short-lived union with Kim Anderson was an unforeseen and complex partnership that emerged from their shared experiences of loss, culminating in an important revelation on the themes of love and grief. The account begins with Robin Anderson, a close friend of Nix since their youth. Robin had consistently been a steadfast presence in Nix's life, serving as a reliable confidant who stood by her during moments of both success and struggle. In 1982, amidst the height of Nix's flourishing individual musical pursuits, an emotional event unfolded as Robin received a heartbreaking diagnosis of terminal leukemia whilst pregnant with her first child. This sorrowful revelation plunged Nix into the realization that the inevitable departure of her beloved confidant was looming. Witnessing Robin's declining health, Nix committed herself wholeheartedly to providing unwavering assistance to her friend. Resolute in her resolve to remain by her side during her last moments, Kim Anderson, Robin's spouse, similarly faced profound sorrow and distress in navigating this tumultuous period. As his spouse's health deteriorated, he sought comfort in the companionship of Nix, united by their affection for Robin and their mutual grief. In the midst of this emotional upheaval, Robin delivered their son, Matthew, only days before her passing. The joy of new life was intertwined with the sorrow of losing Robin, plunging Nix and Anderson into a tumultuous mix of feelings. After Robin's passing, Nix and Anderson felt a magnetic pull towards one another, their common sorrow creating a deep bond. In a hasty effort to carry out Robin's final request to look after her son, Nix and Anderson swiftly made the decision to marry. Just 3 months after Robin's death, their sudden wedding was met with astonishment and concern from family and friends, who perceived it as an impulsive choice made in response to grief, rather than true love. Nix admitted later on that the marriage was intended to honor Robin's legacy and offer a motherly presence for baby Matthew. The truth of their circumstances quickly became apparent when Nix, in the peak of her career, was thrust into the roles of spouse and stepmother unexpectedly. The requirements of her musical career clashed with the duties of her new family, leading to stress and conflict in their early marriage. Anderson, still grappling with the death of his wife, faced challenges in developing a deeper bond with Nix beyond their mutual sorrow. As time passed, Nix and Anderson came to acknowledge the significance of their mistake, as the initial strong emotions surrounding their mutual loss diminished, revealing the harsh truth of their lack of compatibility. Nix, who was used to the carefree and exhilarating aspects of her rock and roll existence, felt restricted by the obligations of a domestic life, while Anderson struggled to contend with the overwhelming demands of Nix's career. The union ultimately ended following a duration of only 8 months, with the legal dissolution being completed in 1984, signifying the conclusion of what Nix later described as her unique marital relationship. The separation had a profound emotional impact on both parties involved. Over the following years, Nix continued to stay in touch with Matthew, upholding her promise to Robin by fulfilling the role of his godmother, offering financial support, and staying actively involved in his life. Joe Walsh finally found the one. After experiencing a period of sorrow and a failed marriage, Stevie Nicks found herself in what she would later describe as the most significant romantic partnership in her life. The relationship between Stevie Nicks and Joe Walsh represented a crucial and transformative period in her romantic past, defined by deep affection, mutual obstacles, and a conclusion that had enduring effects on both their personal and musical endeavors. The story of Stevie Nicks and Joe Walsh began in the late 1970s, a period characterized by both musicians reaching the height of their musical abilities. Nix was at the pinnacle of her career with Fleetwood Mac and her solo endeavors, while Walsh had already established himself as a skilled guitarist through his work with the James Gang and the Eagles. Their trajectories intersected in the dynamic music scene of Los Angeles, where their mutual status as rock icons led to an instant bond. In their first meeting, there was a clear and undeniable connection between Nix and Walsh. They were attracted to each other's creativity, humor, and mutual understanding of the challenges of living in the spotlight. Quickly, their initial attraction developed into a deep romantic relationship, driven by their common love for music and strong emotional connection. What made this relationship stand out for Nix was the strong sense of partnership she felt with Walsh. In contrast to previous romantic involvements plagued by workplace competition or unequal authority dynamics, the bond between them was characterized by equality and mutual support. They shared a deep understanding of each other as creative individuals navigating the challenges of fame. Their collaboration was marked by a great deal of innovation. Walsh had a significant influence on Nix's musical work, inspiring some of her most emotional and introspective compositions. His skills on the guitar and understanding of music enhanced her singing talents and poetic verses, resulting in partnerships that would be treasured by audiences for years. In Walsh's view, Nix was both an inspiration and a partner who could keep up with his innovative energy and grasp the intensity of his artistic passion. Nevertheless, the bond between Nix and Walsh encountered numerous obstacles, plagued with challenges. Both parties were facing inner struggles, particularly related to substance abuse. The extravagant rock and roll lifestyle they were engulfed in had adverse repercussions on their well-being, resulting in their relationship often teetering on the edge of disorder as they battled addiction. Nevertheless, their bond intensified amidst these challenges, perhaps even fueled by them. They did not see each other solely as romantic partners, but also as trusted confidants and supporters in their individual struggles. Their shared experiences with the highs and lows of fame, as well as their mutual understanding of its challenges, established a level of closeness that Nix had rarely encountered in her previous relationships. The depth of their feelings was reflected in their music, with songs written during this period hinting at the intensity of their emotions for each other, the pain of their challenges, and the hope they found in their connection. These songs offered fans a glimpse into the personal lives of two of rock's most enigmatic figures, adding further layers of meaning to their music. Unfortunately, the very reasons that brought them together eventually led to their breakup. Their ongoing struggles with addiction reached a critical point, leading them to realize that they needed to separate in order to prioritize their individual paths to recovery. While the decision to end their relationship was heartbreaking for both of them, it was made out of love and a shared commitment to each other's well-being. After their breakup, Nix went through a period of intense grief and reflection. She later described the end of her relationship with Walsh as one of the most difficult experiences of her life. The pain of their separation inspired some of her most emotionally raw and impactful songwriting, creating tracks that deeply resonated with fans who had experienced similar losses. For Walsh, the conclusion of their relationship had a significant impact as well. It marked a pivotal moment in his journey towards sobriety and self-discovery. The love he shared with Nix would remain a meaningful chapter in his life story, influencing his music and personal growth for years to come. Despite the end of their affair, the connection between Nix and Walsh endured. Over time, they were able to evolve their love into a deep and lasting friendship, demonstrating the genuine care and respect they had for each other even after the heartache of their breakup. In later years, both Nix and Walsh would look back on their time together with a mix of fondness and sadness. For Nix, Walsh remained the one, the great love of her life, who had touched her soul in a unique way. This sentiment was evident in her music, where references to their relationship continued to appear, serving as a testimony to its enduring impact on her heart and her art. A surge in her musical career, Stevie Nicks' professional trajectory has been intimately associated with her romantic encounters, acting as a substantial wellspring of creativity for numerous of her most impactful and emotionally resonant compositions. Her aptitude for transforming the peaks, valleys, and intricacies of her personal relationships into lyrical verse has been a pivotal facet of her artistic expression. facilitating listeners to resonate with her individual experiences on a profound scale. What sets Nyx apart as an artist is her aptitude for translating personal experiences into narratives that have a broader resonance. While her music frequently draws from her own life, it connects with audiences by tapping into universal human emotions such as love, heartbreak, and resilience. Nyx's extraordinary skill lies in her ability to incorporate the intricate details of her personal life and relationships into stories and sentiments that feel deeply relatable to each individual listener. This talent for turning personal experiences into art is particularly evident in how Nyx has revisited and reinterpreted her songs over time. As she has gained new insights into her past relationships, her perspectives on these songs have evolved, giving rise to fresh meanings and emotional complexities. A piece inspired by an intense romance might be performed years later with a sense of wistful yearning or hard-earned understanding, demonstrating how Nyx's artistic expression has evolved and deepened alongside her personal development. Furthermore, Nyx's openness in discussing the motivations behind her musical creations has fostered a unique bond with her fans. Enthusiasts have been able to follow the storyline of her love life through her music, sensing a familiarity with the personal aspects of her experiences. Thanks to her openness and sincerity, Nyx has gained the admiration of a diverse range of fans who regard her as a soulmate who understands the intricacies of love, relationships, and legacy, rather than simply as a well-known rock musician. Nyx exhibits perseverance in both her music and personal style. Despite the end of her several relationships, Nyx's romantically inspired songs have influenced more people than only her solo projects and Fleetwood Mac gigs. Nyx's approach to songwriting, which emphasizes emotional honesty and personal storytelling, has greatly influenced the creative pursuits of many other musicians. Many singers and songwriters have cited Nyx as their inspiration, especially because of her daring use of her own experiences as inspiration for her works. As Nyx has developed as a musician throughout the course of her career, her music has constantly reflected her evolving perspectives on relationships and love. Her most recent works show a deeper and more sophisticated understanding of love. Yet her earlier works were initially inspired by the vivid and passionate relationships of her childhood. Nyx's musical development has followed a similar path to her own, evolving from a young lady navigating turbulent love relationships to an experienced musician drawing from a multitude of life events. Several musicians and artists have recognized Nyx as a major inspiration and source of influence. A number of well-known performers have received recognition, including Beyoncé, Courtney Love, Michelle Branch, Belinda Carlisle, Beyoncé, Mary J. Blige, Sheryl Crow, Nadia Ali, Florence Welch, Taylor Swift, Harry Styles, Vanessa Carlton, Delta Goodrem, and Lorde, in his book My Son Marshall, My Son Eminem. Australian singer Darren Hayes listed Stevie Nicks as one of his favorite musicians from his childhood, while Eminem's mother, Debbie Nelson, stated that her son loved the song Rhiannon. The song Landslide, performed by the musical group Dixie Chicks, was commercially successful and peaked at #1 on the adult, contemporary, and country charts, among other music charts. It also placed in the top 10 on other music charts. This rendition of Landslide won Song of the Year at the 2003 BMI Songwriters Award, which honors the song's author independent of the singer. In addition, BMI granted Stevie Nicks the 35th Robert J. Burton Award for Most Performed Country Song of the Year for her song Landslide, which was widely played in the U.S. throughout the eligible period for the award. The Dixie Chicks' phenomenally successful landmark album, Home, included a cover version of Landslide that peaked at #1 on many Billboard charts, including country, adult top 40, Hot 100, and AC. In addition, the Smashing Pumpkins, an alternative rock group, recorded an unplugged version of the song, which they included on their B-side compilation Pisces Iscariot in 1994. There have been many other noteworthy cover versions created as well, such the Corrs' rendition of Dreams and Whole, which features Courtney Love as Gold Dust Woman. Stevie Nicks' impact may be seen in more areas of popular culture than just these covers. Generations of musicians and audiences have found great resonance in her distinct fusion of mysticism and vulnerability, Nicks' unique aesthetic. which is defined by her ethereal stage presence, platform boots, and flowing chiffon skirts, has become famous and has influenced not just musicians, but also fashion designers and visual artists. Fans and artists have embraced her identity, which frequently embodies the stereotype of the witchy lady, since they perceive in her a sign of artistic freedom and liberation. Nyx is a timeless figure in the music industry because of her ability to draw on universal themes of love, grief, and self-discovery in both her songs and her persona. Thank you for joining us as we uncovered Stevie Nicks' emotional confession about the man she calls the love of her life. If you've been touched by her story or her music, we'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more stories about your favorite artists and their untold truths.